GearNetwork.com.
This is a Gear Network production.
Coming to you live from the Gear Network studios in Rochester, New York. This is the JC Money Show with your host, John Cimino, a.k.a. JC Money. And now, here's John.
Is it just me, or does my announcer there sound drunk as hell? I swear it's not me, right? No, I mean, the voice isn't me, but he sounds drunk as hell, doesn't he? Well, anyways, maybe I'll play somebody else. I don't know. But this, ladies and gentlemen, is the JC Money Show here on the Gear Radio Network. How is it going, everybody? Hey, my name is John Cimino at the JC Money on the Twitter. And, of course, you can support this and every podcast on this network and this network entirely by using shopgear.com, my short link to go to amazon.com, because you shop Amazon just like I do anyways. I bought a goddamn bed from Amazon. Had it delivered in 2 days or less. Yes, 2 days or less for the sweet king-size memory foam mattress that I have and this bed frame that goes with it. Ordered it on shopgear.com, used my link. I used my own link, that's right, to shop Amazon. And what that does is that tells Amazon that Gear Network referred you to them. And by doing so, Amazon says, hey, JC, hey, Gear Network, you're pretty rad for throwing those guys over here to us. Here's a couple dollars so you can go do your production thing a little bit easier. So that helps too. So yes, if you shop Amazon, please, my short link, shopgear.com, use that. Helps us out. Today's guest, ladies and gentlemen, on the JC Money Show is none other than my man, my main man, Big TK. And I don't know why I default to saying Terrell Kenneth, but it's Terrell Kenneth. He's gonna, and if I butcher it, he's gonna correct me anyways later on in the podcast. But so it's funny story there with that. I've been a big advocate for Mr. Kenneth ever since I first laid eyes on him, and I'll give you a brief history on him. The first time I saw him and heard of him was when he was a trainee at Upstate Pro Wrestling. At the time, he was under the tutelage of Mark House and I believe Colin Delaney. And I saw him and I thought he just had it. There was something about him, he kind of had a unique look about him. He was a bigger guy. He very closely resembled Lakeem Bradbury, who is a power lifter now. He used to be a pro wrestler. I don't know if he still wrestles anymore, but Jeremiah Bradley was his wrestling name, but closely resembled him in build, but TK was a little more. I think he was a little more athletic. Not saying that Jeremiah Bradley wasn't. Bradley was, big powerhouse and he could move, but TK, he was for being a bigger guy, he was fleet-footed, very light-footed, very athletic for what he could do, and I saw that he could move, and he combined his strength with speed and agility and a demeanor, and he had a look, and I remember firing Mark House a text message like, dude, who's that guy that looks like Mark Henry? That actually kind of looks like Lakeem. And he was like, oh, that's Lamar. Why don't you come over and say hi to him? And I'm like, yeah, keep working on him. He's got something there. And so I was happy to see him be prominently used at IWF. Before I even got there, he was being used there. And then, of course, I got there, and now he rolls with the IndyCar Mafia. And now I call him all sorts of names. I butcher his name, and he strikes the fear of God in me. But he's such a he's a wonderful guy, great wrestler, and he's focused, and I'm very, very happy for him and happy to see how he's grown and what he continues to do. If you have not seen his most recent Project Wrestling appearance where he wrestled Thomas Brewington, Brewington and I spoke a little bit about that, or actually I spoke a little bit about that the last JC Money show when I interviewed Thomas Brewington, but that match was incredible. And I will tell you, that there was one point in the match. If you go to Project Wrestling's Facebook page, and I don't have that on me right now, I apologize, but you type in Project Wrestling, it'll pop up. You'll see it. There's only one. And search for the match that has TK against Thomas Brewington. And there is one point in the match where Brewington is he's either jumping off the second or jumping off the top. I can't remember. I think it's the top rope. And he's jumping like he's going to give a double axe handle to TK. And Kenneth just reaches back and fires what I call the right hand heard around the world. I tell you, if Tommy didn't spit 2 or 3 teeth out into the third row over there at Project Wrestling from that one shot that sent his head into a spin around, and he went down like a sack of bricks. I mean, if he didn't lose 3 teeth on there, then I'm not Puerto Rican and Italian. And as you'll later find out, 0.125% black. So, he nailed it, and he's done it. I've seen him in other video highlights. He's done it to Vinnie Moon and to whomever, and he's the real deal, folks. He's the real deal, and you're gonna get to hear about him later on, and you're gonna get to hear about his journey and who inspired him and what he looks forward to doing as he continues to grow into being the destroyer of everything that he is as well. Like I said, he's part of the IndyCar Mafia now as well too. So pretty much anywhere you see them, you're Thomas Brewington and Eric Emanon, chances are you're probably going to see a big TK. And certainly, I was very, very happy to have him. He's been on Turnbuckle Talk on Gear Network before, but, he's never been on my podcast and never had me, So it's cool to talk to him and to get to some of these newer guys and introduce them, even more to the product, to the audience that listens here for professional wrestling and things like that. And maybe just get to know some of them a little bit more than just the characters and what they've let you see. So that's pretty cool. But anyways, TK joins me later on in the program. And, before I go ahead and get to that, it's just, this has been fun, man. So let me tell you a little bit about my most recent journey. Okay. And I would save this for what is going to be known as something completely different than the Football Talk Weekly podcast when Brandon gets back. But Brandon is out of town, so we did not do a podcast today or this week, he and I. But we're revamping that, and we're going to be doing something cool for the summer. And I did say that I was going to name that the JC Money Show as well. But I think I'm just going to keep this as the JC Money Show. It's a hybrid talking wrestling, JC Money Show, whatever. But for the past 2 years, I've been working on obtaining my bachelor's degree. And in the past year, I've gone full court press, and it has been back to back to back to back. And aside from Christmas vacation and New Year's, those 2 weeks, I have been going to school. I have had classes every week consecutively for the past year and a half. And it's been tough, and it has, Gear Network has taken a small little hit as far as content and advertising and updating the website and things like that. I've done my fair share of podcasts and whatever, but I'd like to do more, and I would like to be more involved, and I'd really like to build Gear Network. And I am happy to say that as of February the 18th, I have officially graduated school. I have completed my entire degree. I am now a proud holder of a bachelor's degree in information technology with certification in advanced software development, which basically translates into, ladies and gentlemen, there is in fact a brain inside the head of JC Money. I said I was wrestling's smartest man for a very, very long time. Outside of wrestling, I was a complete freaking moron. But, part of that, and the reason why I'm sharing that, and as well, between September 2017 and now, I have lost almost 30 pounds. And I'm slimmer. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great about myself. I've accomplished a major milestone that, nobody in my, at least on my father's side of my family, my father, his father, they've never done. I'm the first Semino to attain a bachelor's degree. And in my mother's side of the family, as far as, the grandkids are concerned, my mother has she has her master's, and my aunts, and I think one of my uncles has a bachelor's or a master's as well. But the next of kin, which was myself and a few of my cousins, one of whom some of you may know, and my brother, none of us had obtained our college degrees, prior to me getting my associate's degree. Now, myself and my cousin Marissa, shout out to you, Marissa, we both have our associate's degree. I have my bachelor's degree. She's on her way to getting hers. I think she's a couple of credits away herself from getting her bachelor's degree. So we are the first two of the grandkids in my mom's side of the family to get that honor. And it's really, it's a good accomplishment. And, to some people who may already have it, it's just like, it's a piece of paper or whatever. But you know what? When you are, when you are measured to a certain standard throughout your whole life, and you not only exceed that standard, but you break down the damn wall and you set the new standard. That's a pretty damn good feeling. That's a pretty good thing. That's a pretty good thing to do. You top that off with the 30 pounds of weight loss that I had since September, and I have a totally new aspect on things. And it's really, like I said, I don't know if I said it online or if I said it on another podcast. And I know I'm rambling now, and I'll get to a commercial break and get to the TK interview in a minute, but I'm going somewhere with this. I said that in 2018, I wanted to focus more on the positives, not just the positives of, my life and everything, but just the positives of everything all around. And I've really been putting over the wrestling product lately. The wrestling product has been great, fantastic. Grapplers Anonymous with what they're doing, training the next crop and all of that is really good. But I mean, from a personal perspective, I can honestly and truthfully say that, the hard work that you put in, and I put in some hard work, and I put in a lot of hours. I made a lot of sacrifices, some that I'm ashamed to admit, and some that I don't even want to, go public with right now. But, I've made a lot of sacrifices, all for the sake of not only bettering myself as a person, but bettering my family, and being a better provider. And where I'm going with this is, if you have a smidgen, if you have a feeling and you really, really, really want to do something that you've always been told either can't be done, is out of the norm, you can't do it, you don't have the willpower, anything like that, it's very, very easy to allow those types of distractions to get to you. But if you are willing to put in the effort, put in the hard work, put in the sacrifice, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, and you accomplish that, the feeling of satisfaction that you have for doing something that people have said you either never could do or wouldn't do or whatever, that's unbelievable, man. If someone like me could go out and set these goals, set these hard goals. They're not easy, but set these hard goals. Go out and accomplish them and do yourself proud and challenge yourself and stay motivated and do everything you can. And you got a good support system around you that help you out and give you the words of encouragement during times that you want to quit. And it's very easy to quit. It's not easy to stick around and finish your goals, but if you finish your goals, it's a great thing, man. It's a great thing. So trust me, please, please, please trust me when I tell you this. You can do anything that you put your mind to, and your boy JC's got your back. If you see it, if you feel it, if you think about it, get your ass out and do it. You want to earn that degree? Earn that degree. You want to work? You want to be the best wrestler you can be? Go out and be the best wrestler you can be. You want to lose weight? You want to gain weight? You want to do anything? You want to do anything, put your mind to it, stick to it, understand that there's going to be hard work involved, but when it's done, again, it's a complete mindset change, but then that positivity stays with you, and you're a better person for it. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and hit to a commercial break right now, and when we come back, I will have the interview with Big TK, Terrell Kenneth. That's right, my man, Big TK, next on the JC Money Show. Stick around, we'll be right back. IndyCard Media is your one-stop shop for quality designs at a quality price. They offer merchandising, company branding, event posters, custom clothing designs, and so much more. Check out their gallery of past designs by visiting facebook.com/IndyCard Media and tell them what you think. That's IndyCard Media, 337-446-4331 or IndyCardMafia@gmail.com. Tell them that we sent you. Again, 337-446-4331. IndyCard Media. Bring your designs to life. All right, everybody, we are back once again here on the JC Money Show, and again, sponsored by ShopGear.com, and of course, IndyCard Media, which you heard in the commercial before. And now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I present to you the interview with Big TK. Terrell, oh, whatever. Here's the interview. All right, everybody, we are back, and as I said earlier on in the show, I have a special guest whom, so I don't get yelled at again, I'm going to have him introduce himself so he can properly pronounce his name, because I'm a fearless man, and he threw some fear in me. So please go ahead and tell the listening audience with whom they will be listening to.
Ladies and gentlemen of the professional wrestling world, I am the destroyer of everything, Terrell Kenneth. Not Terrell, not Lakeem, I don't know who that is, but Terrell Kenneth.
That's, I will say, Terrell? I know. I'm just fucking with you. I will say that that single moment I'll never live down, because I was so riled up because that asshat, whose name I won't mention, got me so fired up, and I saw a big sexy male, and I said, "Damn it, Lakeem, I'll see you later." And you're like, wrong black dude.
Wrong black dude. Yeah, I know you think we all look alike, but we don't. I think I'm bigger than him, not in in a muscular way, because he's very muscular. Have you seen him recently?
I have.
He's huge, man. I'm just jiggly.
Well, the 0.125% black that I am is like, yeah, man. Fuck you. I'm mad at myself. All right, so as I do with all guests that I have on my podcast, especially for the first time, I'm going to give the mic to you, and I want you to tell a little bit about yourself. What got you involved in pro wrestling? Just the origin of Terrell Kenneth.
I've been wrestling for going on 5 years. It'll be 5 years in December, if I'm not mistaken. I've always loved it as a kid. I never, honestly, wrestling was it for me. I didn't have any other goals. The closest thing I had to I'm going to be this when I grow up was I wanted to be the first black president, but Obama kind of stole my gimmick with that.
Thanks, Obama.
yeah, thanks, Obama. How dare you? But it's just one of those things where once I realized that someone once told me, do what you love and the money will follow. And I don't really care about money, but it's just I love professional wrestling. I've always loved it as a kid. I've always watched it with my family and stuff. So that was just that's what I want to do. I want to do that. So now I'm actually doing it. It's actually pretty cool. But I've been wrestling, like I said, going on 5 years, and it's been a crazy ride. I'm starting to ride. Oh man, I'm already botching on the air. How dare I? But I've been doing it for a little bit now, and I'm starting to get some traction. I feel like I'm just now starting to really hit my stride, and I feel like it's only a matter of time for somebody picks me up and does something with me.
All right. Fair enough. Who are some of your inspirations?
I honestly, guys, I was into more of the technical wrestlers. I was into more everybody liked Brett, I liked Owen, and stuff like that. I liked Wild Pegasus from, Japan, Chris Jericho. I loved that. I watched the cruiserweights all the time. I really shouldn't because I'm a big guy, but like I was just enthralled by that. But, being a big guy, when you get to wrestling, you have to study the, bigger guys so you can see what you want to do. So I watched Vader, Stan Hansen, I watch a lot of Dr. Death, Steve Williams. I watch even Viscera, Big Vis. He's like King Mabel, even I watched a little bit, which is the same person. It's just like, I just watch whatever I enjoy, and I like the intense aspect of wrestling, as you probably can tell from me working and seeing me wrestle.
Yeah, now, and I think that it's funny that you mentioned you're a big guy and you're kind of watching the cruiserweights and everything, and I think it works in reverse because I'm a small guy, but I've always watched the heavyweights. I've always watched the big guys. Like Roddy Piper was my idol, but of course back then, yeah, great, wonderful. Thank you very much for that. But Roddy Piper was my idol. He wasn't doing high flying, flippy lucha stuff. He was doing, bad guy, traditional 80s stuff. So I think it works kind of in reverse. Big guys will always look to the little guys because it's a stereotype, I think. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to go back. The first time that I actually saw you was on I want to say it was 2014. And it was like a student show or something. And it was you versus Gavin Glass. And it was at the old UPW school.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And I asked Mark, when I first saw you, I sent Mark House a text message and was like, okay, who's that guy that looks like Lakeem?
Of course you did.
I said, who's that guy that looks like Lakeem in the ring there? And he was like, oh, that's Lamar breaking down the wall here. And I was like, that dude's got potential. And he's like, why don't you come in and talk to him? And I'm like, I don't know about that. But I knew from that point that you had it. Like, I always felt that you had it. And from there to see you go from there to kind of, I don't really know what or if anything you did anything in Buffalo at that time. So, but then you here at IWF was where I actually saw you up close and in person, and I'm like, this guy is big. And just seeing some of the things that you do in the ring and the intensity that you bring and the character that you bring, I really dig your style. So I guess the next question that I have for you is, let's just start here with IWF. As it pertains to IWF, what are your goals here?
I want the belt. I've been saying for the better part of 6 or 7 months that I want the belt. I want to be champion. Like, I've never, believe it or not, as dominant as I am on the scene, I have yet to win a title, and I want to be heavyweight champion. I don't see, like, they say that, if you don't want to be champion, you don't need to be in the business, and I've always believed that. I'm a firm believer in that motto. And I've always felt like I was the uncrowned champion here because I've been doing so well. And it's just one of those things where it's only a matter of time. It's not if I get the belt, it's when I get the belt. So that's my next goal here.
Okay, and as it pertains to everywhere else you go, because now you I would say more recently, have been traveling with the ICM a lot, and they're pretty much booked everywhere. And you two are kind of following suit there. As an individual, though, as an individual entity, when you're traveling, what are you looking to solidify?
I want respect. I want to be respected, and I want to be recognized as one of the top big men or overall wrestlers in the world. I feel like I have, and this is not me, I really do hate tooting my own horn despite this interview, but I feel like I'm on the cusp of finding that, of being that one of the top indie names. Like, you got guys like on the scene right now, like for example, perfect example, Keith Lee, a guy, I don't know if have you ever heard of Keith Lee?
I've heard of him. I've never met him.
Okay, all right. Well, I've never met him either, but he's like a guy who like does like all this cool stuff, and he's just like, he's super athletic. He like does stuff that no big guy can do, and I'm like, wait a minute, I can do that stuff. I like, what is he doing that? What am I not doing to get to where he's at? So I feel like I'm just one big moment away from me. I don't know what it is. I don't know when it's coming, but I feel like I'm one big moment away where I'm on that level with a guy like Keith Lee, or even guys like, guys in Ring of Honor, guys in, our Global Impact now. Like, guys are getting their shine. There's work out there, and I feel like I'm just on the cusp of like tapping my potential.
All right, we're going to pause the interview right here, ladies and gentlemen. I'll give you just a quick break here and take just a quick tiny infomercial break. That's right, because as with the JC Money Show, I go ahead, I cue this wonderful music here. Yes, that's right. And I tell you about ShopGear.com, specifically a product that I purchased. I needed a new vacuum cleaner, so what did I do? I typed up www.shopgear.com, and it brought me to Amazon, and it put in Gear Network's code, and I bought a Bissell 1831 CleanView upright bagless vacuum for $79.99, and it was delivered to me in 2 days or less. Actually, it was the less one, on Amazon Prime, which you can also get, of course, through ShopGear.com, but it was the vacuum only. And let me tell you about this vacuum. One-pass technology with powerful suction and innovative brush design to clean on the initial pass. It removes most surface debris based on visual test. It's a powerful multi-cyclonic suction system for lasting suction that captures and keeps dirt in the bin where it belongs, so it doesn't spray out all over the place, and you gotta go over and over and over. No, one and done. And I can tell you, having pets, yeah, it's all over the place. And the hair is all over the place, dander's all over the place. Boom, one and done with a vacuum. It's a multi-level filtration with a washable filter, and it helps reduce household dust and allergens. Its lightweight design makes it easy to carry and push without sacrificing the power. There is no automatic cord rewind. Who needs it? Lazy ass. Extended cleaning reach with a 25-foot power cord, 6-foot hose, and 13.5-inch cleaning path. It is the Bissell 1831 CleanView Upright bagless vacuum on ShopGear.com. I bought it on February the 13th using ShopGear.com. It was incredible. It is incredible. It is awesome. Awesome addition to my home, and it could be an awesome addition to your home, along with so many other things. The reason why I do this is to let you know that Amazon, you can get virtually everything under the sun, and you can have it delivered right to your front door. And again, if you use ShopGear.com, it helps out Gear Network. It helps me out. And I do appreciate for all of you that do that anyways. Thank you. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends. Use ShopGear.com for your work, your church, your I don't know, everything, man. Your business. Help a dude out. More with Big TK in 10 seconds. Good. One thing that I do like about you and your character is that, you know, in McMahon land, and that's even starting to go down. But there's always been the stereotype, you know, the stereotype character. If you're a black wrestler, you're a pimp or you're a thug. You know, if you're African Savage, right? If you're a Spanish wrestler, you're, you know, either like Tito Santana, hey, fist pumping, or you're like Eddie Guerrero, it's like, hey, Holmes, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Or, you know, oh no, machismo was Scott Hall and he's white, but you know, but you don't fit the stereotypical mold, and I like that, and I think from the crowds that I've seen you in, I think they see that and they like that too. So as we look now into the future, by this time next year, what do we want to say about Big TK?
You said that you felt that I had potential when you first seen me, and that was years ago, and I've only gotten better up until now. But this time next year, I want my name to be on everyone's lips. Like right now, it's starting to happen where people are saying, "Hey, have you heard about Terrell Kenneth? Have you heard this Terrell Kenneth kid? He hits people really hard. He's big, he's strong, he's athletic, all that stuff." I want people to see me and be wowed for the first time. And I feel like I'm on the cusp of something. I don't know what it is. I'm on the cusp of something big in professional wrestling. I feel it coming. I just have the sense that it's going to happen. So hopefully this time, next year, we'll do this interview again, and I can tell you all the cool stuff I've done, because I got to make it. I will make it. I don't want to seem like I'm desperate to make it, but I know I got this. I know I can reach my potential.
Just keep that positive. Just keep the positive thoughts going. Keep that mindset, and you're going to be told a lot that you're good. You've got potential. You're good match, bro. Good job, bro. Good job, bro. But the most important thing about that, if you know it up here, but you don't publicly display it, like hey, because I get this all the time, you need to give me this. You know what I mean? Just stay humble, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
I'm trying to stay humble. It's hard. It's like you get frustrated and stuff when stuff doesn't go your way all the time, and it's not always sunshine and roses and stuff like that. It's not always good. Sometimes you want to be done, but it's knowing your goal. And right now, my goal is being on someone's television and making a lot of money. And there's nobody that can tell me any different than I won't. I used actually, when I first started training, like way before KDW, I did like a little bit of training here and there. And my trainer at the time would literally tell us, "You're never going to make it." Everybody, not just me, everybody. He would say, "You're never going to make it." And like I just felt like, no, who are you to tell me that I can't make it? So I'm proving everybody wrong as far as I'm concerned. All my doubters, I'm proving them wrong.
There was one time, there was a big fella, I'd say maybe about 2001 and 2002, that they said wouldn't make it, that I trained with. I didn't train directly with, but, trained with and kind of came up with. And they said he wouldn't make it. They said he was, too slow to kind of, be doing what he's doing and whatever. And that name, shut up, Tommy. That name is Luke Harper.
It's still loopy for me, punched him in the face. Luke Harper, oh man. See, Luke Harper is one of those guys that's like, he trained the same place I trained, and like to know that him and like Colin Delaney's my trainer, and like he's just one of those guys that like he did exactly what I'm doing now. He went because people told him, hey, stay here, stay local, stay wherever you need to be, and like he said no, and he went and he traveled and he did exactly what I'm doing now, and look where he's at. So there's a road to get there. I just have to go down that road and follow that path and follow the motto. Some people say.
Absolutely, and I like seeing the progression, and I like seeing the development. And a year or so ago, when we were in that Rumble together, I was saying, man, I hope I get some kind of alone time, because I'm going to do what I can to as small as I can, or small of a window of an opportunity I can to put this guy over. And that's why when we were faced off and I was throwing shots, no sell, push me in the corner. I said, give me that avalanche. And you gave me the avalanche, and I was dead, did the dead and did the, typical JC Money Family Guy face flop that I always do. And, I could see one person saying, one person in the crowd, Eric's mother, was like, "Are you all right? Did he kill you?" And I looked at him and I'm like, "I'm okay, Mom." I was totally selling it. So
it's a common theme with Terrell Kenneth is like, did he kill you? Are you okay? After I feel like even you can ask Thomas Brewington after us wrestling each other.
I called that match, dude.
You've seen it, so you know what I do to people. It's not intentional. It's just I'm trying to prove a point. I'm trying to be one.
Really hurt. Like it hurt a lot.
He still got a lump on his eye.
It took me six weeks. It hasn't even been 6 weeks.
I don't think my voice recovered from screaming when he threw the shot and just and Tommy's head goes, "What?" It snaps back. And I'm like, "Oh!"
It was a moment. It was a moment.
Definitely.
I don't remember it, but it was a moment.
Yeah, that happens a lot when I wrestle people. I hit them real hard.
All right. TK, any final words for the listening audience?
Thank you to everyone who's followed me thus far. Thank you for all your kind words, JC, man. I always respected you. I've always thought that you could have done more with what you were given. I feel like you can still do it today. And I don't know, somewhere down the line in the future, maybe we can do something together. Maybe we can scrap it. You can, catch these. Oh, wait a minute. I can't say that. You can get the fisticuffs, basically. I can't say hands anymore.
That's bullshit. We have it on record. You said it first. You said it first, damn it. And Facebook memories will bring that up one day randomly. No, but man, I appreciate you. One more thing. Tell the listening audience where they can follow you.
They can follow me on Kenneth Destroys on Instagram, Kenneth Destroys on Twitter, and I'm on Facebook as well as, I have a Facebook page of Kenneth Destroys. It's all at Kenneth Destroys. Everything is Kenneth Destroys because that's what I do. I just destroy people. That's pretty much it.
Terrell.
It's Terrell. For the love of God, it's Terrell. Please don't say Terrell ever again. Don't do it. That hurts my heart.
Terrell Kenneth. Terrell Kenneth, thank you.
No problem, sir.
Big TK, Terrell Kenneth, dropping some knowledge for you, dropping his history. Great interview. Great guy, too. You get to know him. Once you get past the whole destroy everything, like if you get past the angry face and the fact that he'll really like inflict harm upon you, if you can get past all that, great dude. Seriously though, but Terrell, Kenneth, thank you again, and we'll definitely have you back on in the future on the JC Money Show because I definitely want to see as you continue to progress, and as he continues to progress further and further and further and further, especially after, if he becomes champion at IWF, that would be a great get. But with that, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take it home, cue the wonderful music, and let you know that next week, speaking of champions, next week on the JC Money Show, IWF Heavyweight Champion Mike Skyros will be my guest. We're going to talk about his history, give a little background to him, and I asked him a question because I thought I saw him years before I did. Turns out I was right. But what 2CW character was he? If you don't know by now, you're going to find out next week. But thanks again for tuning in, everybody, here to the JC Money Show on the Gear Radio Network. Thank you to everybody for using shopgear.com to help us out here. Again, shopgear.com is our redirect link to Amazon, and it helps, and you just shop Amazon as you would, and it helps us out. They give us a commission of your sales, breaking down that fourth wall there. So thanks again for tuning in. Thanks to Terrell Kenneth, whatever I feel like calling him, Lakeem. To Terrell Kenneth for appearing on the program, to everybody for listening, and next week, Mike Skyros. So long, everybody. Good night now.
Symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
The preceding presentation has been brought to you by the Gear Network.